Please be super careful shorting the market too early today. So it looks like as of right now, the market is still incredibly bullish. NASDAQ market was showing slight signs of weakness. When it opened, it retraced. Again, this is on the 5-minute time frame for QQQ. We retraced down to the moving average, but there was no break of pattern. Fortunately, during today's live trading session with my LPP team, we were able to clearly see that. Sometimes you can't see that on the 1-minute time frame where it looks like, oh, there's a potential break of pattern. We're below the EMA, we're below the moving average. But again, in my opinion, the 1-minute time frame sometimes moves too quick. I like to trade more off of the 5-minute as you get more true confirmation if this thing is going to continue to sell off, or in this case, if it's actually going to find its support and begin to recover. By looking at the 5-minute, I was able to avoid over trading or entering a fake out in what could have been a short, but then found its support and began to recover. It looks like as of right now, the sentiment is still bullish, regardless of how much the market pushed up yesterday and even today, right? It's not just this, but even something like Tesla. At one point, Tesla was down. Now it's began to recover. And again, we'll see if it makes its way back up to 285, or if we do get rejected and we do break the support, and then we can cross that bridge once we have that confirmation. But I think one of the worst things that you can do is enter a short too early. Direction is still bullish. Everything is still pointing up. The EMA, the moving average, price action is still bullish. Regardless if you agree with it, the last thing that you want to do is that you trade against the trend. It's one of the most common, most simple mistakes that every trader makes, including myself. I make the mistake probably like once or twice a week. And again, my focus today is very simple. If I want to short anything today, I need to make sure that NASDAQ is actively selling off. And I want to see the break below the moving average. If we don't get that, then I will not enter a short. If my criteria is not met, then I simply will not initiate that trade. I got to respect the trend and respect that as of right now, things are bullish. And until conditions or criteria is met, I cannot trade against it. So again, that black and white, that simple. I also do want to make sure that you guys are aware of the series of reports that were released during today's either pre-market and after-market session. So the big one that I want to point out is the new home sales report and the consumer confidence report, because I'm sure that a lot of different news outlets will kind of like talk about this. So the consumer confidence report came out 30 minutes after the market opened, and it came in a little bit lower than what was expected, 92.9 versus the expectation of 94.2. New home sales report increased by 1.8%. There was no expectation according to this report. And then new home sales report in February, from what was expected of 682,000, we came in at 676,000. So we did come in a little bit lower than what was expected. So again, is that good news? Is that bad news? When that report came out, and again, that was 30 minutes after the market opened. The market initially pushed up, came back to retest, and then is now on this nice little upswing. So again, direction is bullish as of right now. Everything is still pointing up. You can choose to open up a short position, but you have to understand that direction is simply against you. So you are making it simply more challenging for you to be able to short anything by trading against the trend. The analogy that I like to give our beginner traders is that imagine that you're in the ocean. If you try to swim with the current of the ocean or against it, it's still possible. You're simply making conditions more challenging when you swim against the current, right? You can still get to shore. It's just going to be very challenging, and you're simply putting yourself in a position that you're more likely to lose in. So again, I like to share that, not to discourage you from shorting the market, because again, you guys know that I love shorting the market, but it's shorting it when it makes sense. I want to make sure that if I can make this simple video and help some beginners avoid a tasteless mistake of entering a short too early when criteria and direction is not in your favor, then hopefully that video can be this. So I appreciate your time. I'm very excited to follow up. Hopefully we do get that confirmation, but until now, markets are bullish. Let's respect it. So I'll keep you guys posted with any updates on tariffs, news, or anything impacting the market. All I ask you to do is drop a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, if it's not too much to ask, I hope to see you for tomorrow's live trading session, and that's that second link in the description down below. We'll see you then. Take care, team.